Hey there friends, thanks for checking in at Top Gun Shooting Sports, and we've got a Glock rep here named Woody. He's going to explain some of the differences with the guns that he brought, and mainly I want to ask about the Glock 19X. And Woody tells me it's one heck of a seller. Let's ask some questions and find out why. Thanks for joining me today.
No problem, Dan.
I appreciate it. Let's start out talking about the 19X. I'm going to head back here and we'll get this thing going.
Absolutely.
Woody, tell me about the 19X and how well it's doing for Glock.
The 19X has been extremely popular for Glock. What the 19X is that crossover between a 17 and a 19. The pistol itself was the submission for the military trials for a new model. We offered a 17 frame with a 19 slide. We colored the gun in a coyote color. We offer Gen 5 features such as the removal of the finger grooves, a new finish, the improved rifling in the barrel, the marksman barrel, and the ambidextrous slide stop lever, both making it an ambidextrous gun. The biggest difference between a standard Gen 5 and the 19X is the 19X does not have a flared mag well. It does not have the recess cut for stripping of the magazine, and it has the addition of the lanyard loop.
Have you found that a lot of people, they appreciate the fact that Glock removed the finger grooves?
I have seen a lot of people that appreciate that. It gives the shooter an opportunity to place their fingers where they'd like on the grip, as well as get them a little bit closer together, and it's really helping to control that recoil.
And you were telling me that the 19X has sold quite well.
Very well. Matter of fact, beginning of July, Glock announced that they had sold over 100,000 of them in the first 6 months.
And that's pretty darn good for a new release.
That's fantastic.
And it seems to me like whatever Glock puts out, it's going to sell. Whether it's the 19X or 6-7 years ago, the Glock 42, when people were expecting a 9mm, it sold off the shelves.
You're correct, Dan. Most of what Glock puts out have been phenomenal successes to the gun community. The nice thing about a Glock is you know you're going to get a quality weapon that's durable and functioning at a low, reasonable price.
All right, now the Glock 19, the original Glock 19, especially the Gen 5, is still your hottest seller.
Yes, number one across the board is the 19, closely followed by the 43.
Closely followed by the 43, and from all of my research, I learned that the 19 is the most popular CCW gun in America. Can you verify that?
That I don't have an answer for, but I would believe it.
Yeah, okay. All right, because I would tend to think it would be the 26, but more people are carrying the Glock 19 from my research than any other gun out there. And are you finding that a lot of people are doing the same with the 19X?
I know a lot of people are buying the 19X, number one, because of its uniqueness. Glock has never colored a slide before, which we did with the 19X. Second, it is a special run that is offering what was offered to the U.S. military, so that draws a lot of interest. So I do know people are looking at it from a collector standpoint, they're looking at it from a shootability standpoint, and they're also looking at, in some cases, to carry the gun.
Yeah, for sure. And so, since this is doing so well, do you foresee Glock coming out with more factory Cerakoted colors?
That I don't know. I can tell you
hard.
there's nothing at this point that we've talked about doing.
Yeah. Woody, the Glock 19X comes with night sights, and we know standard with most Glocks, it has the polymer sights. That's one of the first things that people change out. But isn't it true that if you have the polymer sights that you can send it in to Glock and they will put night sights on? They're fairly inexpensive, well under $100.
Correct. You can send your gun in or your slide in, and Glock will install a factory night sights into your gun for a reasonable rate.
Okay, all right, yeah, just checking because I know with the 19X, it's only about $60 more than the 19, but yet it has night sights and, of course, the additional mag capacity.
Correct. And on the Gen 5 models, we have 3 variants. You have the polymer sights at one cost, then you have the same slight uptick in price as you just mentioned with the 19X for Glock night sights. And then we also offer a set of AmeriGlow Bold on the Gen 5 models that can be purchased for an additional cost.
I want to thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Dan.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you
it.
being at Top Gun, and of course I appreciate Top Gun for putting on these events. It's just a great opportunity to share your Glock guns with the community around here.
Absolutely.
All right. I appreciate you watching, and you guys be safe.